Procrastination. I am a pro at it, and I'm sure you have caught yourself procrastinating at one point or another. And if you don't know what procrastination means, it basically means delaying something that you need to do. In fact, I just looked up the definition and it literally says the action of delaying or postponing something. And a lot of the times, in order to procrastinate productively, we find a task that we haven't done in a really long time and we decide that this is the moment to do it. For example, clean our floors or, I don't know, do our nails. Something that we've wanted to do for a long time, but right now it is the most urgent thing. So we need to delay this project that we need to work on by filling up our time with this. It can get silly at times. I'm sure you have personal examples of where you have procrastinated like that. But let's talk about why we procrastinate and also how to stop procrastinating, at least what helps me. Mel Robbins has done a ton of research on the topic of procrastination and has come to very interesting conclusions, which I really align with, I really believe in. And so one of the things that she says is that procrastination is a form of stress relief. And yes, I know it's kind of counterintuitive, but she says that a lot of the times when we procrastinate, we are in a state of stress because of something. It might be a looming deadline. It might be because you're scared of a project. It might be because you are worried about being a failure or about your finances or about so many different things that we can be worried about because, life has a lot of different variables. And so she says that we procrastinate because it helps us feel temporarily better. It's not a good long-term strategy when it comes to stress relief because we know that looming task has to be done, right? We're just delaying it. It has to be done, but we are temporarily relieving ourselves from it. No, she doesn't say it's laziness, although sometimes I do think I'm lazy when I'm procrastinating. She says that this is a way of temporarily relieving stress. And again, it is not a sustainable way to do that. Very interesting, right? I will leave some links to her talking about her theory on procrastination in the description. Another reason that I have caught in my own behavior is sometimes because the task is too big. I don't even know which angle to approach it from, and I guess that goes along with the whole stress relief theory where I'm delaying it because I don't know, I'm stressed about it. I'm stressed about the fact that I need to do it and I don't know how. So I have noticed when observing my own behavior that is also a thing. Let me know in the comments if either of those things resonate with you or if you have noticed a different pattern, a different behavior, because I'm super curious. Maybe you have a slightly different way of a different reason behind procrastination. I'm super curious. But let's get to the actionable part. How do we stop procrastinating? Mel Robbins, with her stress relief theory, says that the first step is to identify the source of stress or the reason behind the stress. Why are you stressed? Are you stressed about this task being incredibly big and not knowing what's the bottom of the iceberg like? Or are you stressed about, again, the fear of failure? Is that what's kicking in? Are you afraid of admitting your own faults? Are you stressed about your finances or your financial situation? Are you stressed about something else? Are you stressed about your health? Are you stressed about the health of a loved one? What is it? Identify what you're stressed about. What is making you overwhelmed? And after that, acknowledge it. Acknowledge the fact that yes, you are stressed, but the action of delaying this task, the procrastination, is not actually going to relieve that stress in long term. And yes, it may feel good in the moment because your brain is just getting some temporary stress relief. Think about what you can actually do to address that stress long term. So instead of short-term procrastinating, think about the long-term solution to your stress. So that's the first step. And then the second thing is, if procrastination is a habit, and let's admit it, I'm going to be number one who says that I have a habit of procrastinating. If it's a habit, think about what triggers it and what actions you can pile on top of each other in order to make this habit more productive? What triggers you procrastinating, and how can you turn it into a positive habit where you can actually, get on with your tasks and do what you need to do? Definitely easier said than done, but I believe in you. And now when I'm procrastinating, I try to address what is stressing me out and recognize that I'm procrastinating and it's not going to lead to a positive result, and therefore taking action. And what helps me take an action is breaking the task down into tiny, tiny, tiny little steps that are super digestible, that are super easy to do. And it can be as small and granular as writing down the goals for a presentation that I'm trying to create a slide deck for. So I write down the goals. The next step would be creating an outline that addresses those goals. The next step would be creating the slides for the first part of the outline, then, etc. Breaking it down in super tiny steps really helps me start acting. And it also addresses the second part that I told you about, which again, I feel like those things are connected. I am stressed about how big and looming and dooming and all of the above, it feels like a gray cloud coming over me of a task that I need to do, and breaking it down into something really tiny, something that is going to give me quick dopamine because I'm going to tick it off of my to-do list, whether virtual or on a piece of paper. That helps so much. So I really, really highly recommend trying that for yourself, and also, attaching other positive habits that are helpful in that case. But again, recognizing that you are procrastinating and understanding why you're procrastinating and understanding the source of that stress is definitely key. What do you do when you figure out that you are procrastinating? How do you go about that process? How do you get yourself back into actually doing the task that you've been avoiding? Let me know in the comments. I know deadlines help, but I don't feel like that is a very productive way of doing anything, because then we don't end up doing as well on different things, and time seems to be a stretching concept. A lot of thoughts there too. Let me know your thoughts on the subject, and also if you have any fun stories or silly ways of procrastinating, please share them. I love I love learning about people's way of procrastination, because mine are so ridiculous that I don't feel alone in my silly procrastination methods. And I will keep you updated on any techniques that I find helpful as well when it comes to combating procrastination. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, because a lot of personal and career development content is coming your way. And of course, please comment, like, share this video. Anything helps with the algorithm and helps support this channel and what I'm doing. You can also find me on other social media and subscribe to our newsletter. All of the links will be in the description. Have a wonderful time the day you're currently experiencing. Bye.